videos that are very unpolished and imperfected always do amazing, because that's what everybody's watching these days. They don't want to see another branded Nike commercial. They want to see you, the person behind the brand that does what you do and how you do it. That's all.
Hi, I'm Jennifer Janish, owner of Adored Salon and Adored Signature Hand-Tied Hair Extensions. I'm obsessed with curly hair. I cut it, style it, and extend it, and this podcast is all about my curly girl obsessions that stretch far beyond just curly hair.
Hey, it's me, Jennifer, from the Curly Girls Obsessions, and today we're going to talk about why, if you own a business or if you are a hairstylist that owns a business within a business, why social media is crucial for you. And like I said, if you own a business, if you're in anything in which you have to promote yourself, you need to fall in love with social media, whether you like it or not, because it is here for the long haul and it's a way for you to find clients. So last week I attended Isles Masterclass. This product line is one of my absolute favorites that we carry in the hair salon. We've carried it now for probably, I want to say 8 or 9 years. The line is 10 years old, but has been used as a tool for a celebrity stylist, Wendy Isles. She created it herself out of her own personal need. Again, if you've listened to other podcasts, this is the type of product that I love to have, because I feel like when a brand is created and is owned by the person, there is so much heart and soul backed behind it versus if a corporation owns it. So I'm at the conference, or the master class, right? Let's call it that, because that's what it was. And I'm networking with other stylists, and we start talking about what we do. And I say that I'm a curly hair specialist, and we discussed that, and there was a group of stylists that came from a small town in Kentucky, and we were talking about their pricing and just all the things, right? So go through the class. We have lots more conversations about all the things that I do to teach hairstylists how to be a part of that upper 2% of hairstylists earning over $100,000 a year. And because this is so crazy, do you know that the average salary for a hairstylist is $32,000 a year, which is a shock to me, because there's so much potential within this career that it's shocking to me. And it's sad that that's the average across the United States for a hairstylist, right? So we discuss all the things, and how the curl tour was created. And throughout the class, I get a lot of feedback that people would love for me to teach them a curly hair cutting class, above and beyond the extensions. Like, they want to start at the basics of curly hair. Great. So the next morning, I'm sitting out by the pool, having my coffee, enjoying the outside, because we were inside all day for that event. And I know that I'm going to the next event, which is Vid Summit, which is in a conference place, and I'm going to be in there from 7 a.m. to 8 p.m. every day. So I'm sitting outside, soaking in the sun, and I'm working on social media. And I'm talking, a couple of hairstylists from the class that stayed overnight at the hotel come over, and we're discussing it. And one stylist says, I just hate social media. Another one chimes in, I hate social media too. And another chimes in, like, I just don't have the time for it. And I'm like, you guys, but how do you not have the time for it? And granted, they did have young kids, but let me tell you, when my kids were little, I had started the salon. Prior to starting the salon, I had a salon in my basement that I hustled like nobody else. I would go through my books. If they didn't pre-book their appointment, I'd see that they need to come in for their scheduled root touch-up, highlights, and a haircut. And I would message them and tell them that they needed there to come in. Like, I was not wasting any time on not being booked. That was pre-social media and email. And so kids is not an excuse, right? Social media is something you need to schedule into your life as a hairdresser, like anything else that you do, like an appointment with a client that you're going to highlight their hair, or if you're going to get your nails done, you put that on your schedule so you can make that happen. Social media for a hairstylist is non-negotiable, or someone in business for a business that's promoting themselves. So I'm like, okay, well, if you don't have the time, you need to make the time because it's imperative. And then the stylist goes as far to tell me that she doesn't need any new clients, so she doesn't find the need to post to social media. If I had a microphone, let's drop it, right? Because, and it's not the mic drop because that was the most, intelligent comment with so much backing behind it. To me, that comment, I was like holding myself back in the sense of like, oh my gosh, in today's world with social media, you can never think that the client base that you have is yours to keep, because with social media, they're always seeing what's new and out there. It was, again, like I said, it shocked me to no end. And in today's world, for anyone running a business, it's imperative. If you ever thought social media isn't worth your time, or that you don't need it because you're fully booked, this episode, it's going to change your mind. And I'm just going to say that. With the little piece that I dropped just now, that your clients can look on social media and find someone else who they may want to do their hair. Because let's face it, hairstylists are all over social media. And there's a lot of opportunities to see a lot more than what's just going on in your chair. So don't mind me looking down at my notes. I really thought about this episode, so I have a lot to say, and I don't want to forget anything. The myth of fully being booked. So, reality check. Clients are not permanent. People move, budgets change, life happens. If you're not consistently marketing, you're risking a future where your books aren't full. That is 100% true. 100% true, because of all of those things. We know that life happens. We know that nothing is set in stone. And just because your client sits in your chair 1, 2, 3 times does not guarantee a 4th time. So for every client that you have, there's one client that's moving on to the next thing. There's one client that's their spouse may have been relocated. There's one client who may have had a baby and now is taken out of the workforce and can no longer afford your services. Or even better, they have seen someone on social media leveling up hair, like they want their hair leveled up, and the person that they saw and want to go to in the next town over charges 3 times what you charge, but they're willing to pay it because they think that that stylist is a superstar because they're all over social media. Right? Could happen. Reality checked number 2. Fully booked doesn't mean fully optimized. Are you working with your dream clients? Are you charging your worth? Social media can help you level up your clientele and your pricing. Okay, so just like the example that I just gave about your client finding someone in the next town over, charging 3 times what you charge to deliver a look that they think is going to change their life. If you're not doing the same thing, you will not have the same opportunity. Now that's the mic drop with the reality right behind it, because it is 100% true. There are stylists out or clients out there looking for stylists who can change their life with one hair session. And if you're not a hairstylist, if you're not a client and you've never been down this road and don't understand it, it's 100% truly possible. If you can do someone's hair and their hair looks so amazing that you've leveled up their confidence level so much so that they're going to this job interview and they're like gonna kill it because of that hairstyle. They're going out on a date for the first time with someone that could be their soulmate, and their confidence level is going to be through the roof. They're going to kill it at that date. And also, if that person isn't their person, they're also going to kill it because they're going to be like, later, my hair looks smoking hot. I'm the entire package and you're out of here because you're not what I want for my future. Do you see what I'm talking about? Like how that rolls? And with social media, you can also showcase all the new things that you're learning, right? You can showcase what it is that you do best and makes you sought after as a hairstylist. You can showcase everything under the sun, even if it's just your amazing personality. They'll come for it. They will come for it. I've seen it time and time again in my own chair. Like my clients that come in, I have a tendency to first talk business. Let's talk about your hair. But they're sitting with me for a while. And so they get to know me. They get to understand my life, my kids, the things. And then they come back and they ask about situations that we talked about, right? And they'll see things on social media that they're like, oh my gosh, this looked so amazing what you did. Can you tell me more about it? And it could have been in a story 3 months prior. Or it could be my coffee time in the morning that I share with my dogs and my flowers outside, right? Like they're like, oh my gosh, I cannot believe how you grew those flowers. Explain to me how you did it. And off goes the conversation. So you can totally level up your situation in the chair, what you know, showcase what you do best, and level up your pricing. 100%. Now, social media is a relationship builder. This goes back to the comment that I just said, like posting to my stories little tidbits about my life that are personal that I don't mind sharing with people because it's something that happens every day. And honestly, I love my dogs. I love my cats. I love my coffee. I love sitting outside and doing these things. And there are little other things that I will also showcase on my stories about my life, which 1, I just like to share. 2, I know that it draws people into me. Like the fact that I have 4 kids and I run a business. I cannot tell you how many times clients have sat in my chair and they are wondering, like, how in the hell did you start this business and make it successful while running a household? How did you create the hairline with all these kids at home and your husband? I have a piece of cat hair on my face because my cat wanted to be in the podcast earlier. And they asked me these questions so many times. A hair appointment has turned into a business consulting session in my chair of how I have grown things and, how was I able to take the risks? And it's so funny, like when people ask me these questions, it's really hard for me to kind of self-reflect and take credit for this. A lot of the times am like, I don't know that I did anything special. And my clients are like, you took the risks. You took the risks in order to create the things that's help other people be successful too, right? And I just kind of sometimes shy away from it. But to be honest, if I didn't share about these things, if I didn't have all these different channels that they could see me on, they wouldn't know about it. They would just be like, oh, she owns a hair salon. I can't tell you how many times people are shocked that our hair salon is curl specific. Even with hairstylists, like they're like, I just didn't even know that that was a thing. Because so many hairstylists are conditioned to believe that they have to do everything under the sun. Be it, haircuts, color, root touch-ups, men's haircuts, perms, like balayage, even if they're not good hair painters, and hair extensions, all the things. At Adored Salon, I streamlined it to curly hair, hair extensions, and hair coloring. We no longer do perms or men's cuts. We will do a men's cut if they come in for a curly haircut, but we don't do men's cutting. And when I say that, I'm saying that from the fact we don't charge any different for a men's cut than we do for a woman's haircut. I was always kind of like, why does a guy get a discount? There's so much work involved in a men's haircut. Why would it be less than a woman's haircut? It shouldn't. And how was I able to do that? I think it was through social media and marketing the skill of curly hair cutting and styling that we do that allowed me to say that we were no longer doing X, Y, or Z because this is where we specialized and this is why. I don't believe that if you don't have a good social media following, or not even a great following, because we all know, a full-time hairstylist usually sees probably, I would guess, around 125 clients in that 4 to 6 week cycle. But if you're a curly hair specialist, you're not seeing your clients except for every 6 to 8 months. So you need a lot more. So you could have a smaller following on social media of engaged followers that come in and sit in your chair, or people watching to see what you do because they want to sit in your chair for whatever it is that you are specialized in. And let's face it, the hair industry is 100% becoming very specialized in it, whatever you do. The jack of all trades is kind of a thing of the past, and the hairstylist that specializes in either hair extensions, curly hair, long straight hair, coloring techniques, or barbering. And when I say those, I'm saying it like the stylist who's in, this is their bucket, this is their bucket, this is their bucket, this is their bucket. It's very specialized. It wasn't always this way, but that's the way it's going. And if you want to be known for something and become an expert of it, you do need to go down the road of specializing in order to be that person. And social media is your avenue to make it happen. All right, let me check out my notes here. The power of personal branding. I believe that this goes back to what I was saying. Like, our business is becoming that of specialty, and you need to build up your brand around what it is that you do best to keep them coming back for more. And if you're not evolving with this industry, keeping up on current trends, tools, it's just, you're just not visible online, and everybody is online. So you would make yourself irrelevant right off the bat. And when the industry shifts, you don't want to become irrelevant, right? Like, and the industry is shifting in that way. Sorry for the little break for my tea. Just a side note, this mug, it's one of my favorites. My husband got it for me for Mother's Day. Gosh, probably 18 years ago, and it was from Starbucks way back then, and my kids could write on it with a chalk pen. This was our little baby family. So cute. Anyways, back to the podcast. So, practical tips for getting started. Okay, so you're watching this, you're like, Jen, I don't even have an Instagram. I don't have Facebook. That's how much I hate social media. Where do I even begin? Okay, so you begin by creating an account. If you're a hairstylist on Instagram, one of my recommendations to you would not be to choose a handle that's hair by so-and-so, because it's everywhere, or styling by so-and-so, again, because it's so generic, it's all over the place. So pick a handle that is going to resonate with you and your brand. Mine is my name. Some people, I think I'm crazy for that, but I then use the bio to like geotag where I live. Always make sure that your location is, oh my God, because I'm drinking, I'm burping, sorry. Your location is in your bio. Link it to your website. Link it to anything else that you have that's amazing, and make sure your bio states who you are and exactly what you do and what you specialize in. And if you struggle with this, use ChatGPT. It's going to help you. You tell ChatGPT that you need help writing a bio and explain yourself to it. And if you're freaking afraid of ChatGPT, get unafraid, because it's the future. AI tools are out there to help you make your life easier, not harder. Okay, so let's hit the other ones. Here's the common complaint. I don't have time. You can batch create. What do I mean by batch create? You can sit down and you can schedule out a time block in which you're going to create content for the week. Of course, beforehand, you will have needed to take the photos and the video. This is super simple. What do? You set up a tripod and you record. Ask your client, can I record this consultation? Can I take before and after photos of you? While you take the before and after photos, just don't take the photos, take video. Because out of one client, you probably could get enough content for 5 to 7 posts, if not more. Just saying. And you take that time on a Monday morning or a Sunday morning, or whenever you can set aside about an hour, and you create your posts. You create the videos, you create the caption. If you want to use hashtags, put down your hashtags. You can use up to 30 hashtags on Instagram for your post, and just get it organized. So then when the day comes when you have to post, you have it already loaded, like in the notes of your phone. It couldn't get easier because it's all there. I don't know what to post. That's another one. I just gave you multiple ideas. Before and after, you could do side by side. You can do videos of the front of their face to the back of their face, or the back of their front facing, back facing. You could do a reel that talks about their consultation. You could do a reel of you cutting their hair and just having a conversation with them. People want to see how you interact with other people. They love it. That's what they come for. Honest to God. The videos that are very unpolished and imperfected always do amazing, because that's what everybody's watching these days. They don't want to see another branded Nike commercial. They want to see you, the person behind the brand that does what you do and how you do it. That's all. And everything that you are focused in on as being wrong, they will never notice. Take it from me. I post a ton of content. They will never notice what's wrong. I'm not good at social media. You got to start small and stay consistent, and you will get good. You know, we have all these clubs for all these sports for our kids. Do you think that when your kid joins a soccer club that they're good? No, they're not, unless they're a child prodigy. The soccer club sees potential, and they know that with practice, day after day after day, they can make your kid good. It's the same with social media. If you practice day after day after day, week after week, month after month, year after year, you're going to get good at it. I'm just saying it. Like any skill that you build on, you will get good at it. Just like doing hair. If you're a hairstylist and you cut hair, you sucked when you started, right? Like, again, there was no prodigies in hair school. Like, you had to learn. And then you had to take extended education to get even better. It's the same with social media. It's the same. And then you want to post 3 to 4 times a week. That's going to help you. Before photos, like I said, tips, tricks. You need to leverage social media to your benefit, and that's how you're going to do it. You need to engage with your audience. You need to like, comment, and DM them on their own posts and watch their stories. This is how things grow. Again, you're going to say, I don't have the time. If you take 5 minutes every day, you can have the time. If I have, listen, 4 accounts. I have Jennifer Johnson Janish, Adored Salon, Adored Signature Hand-Tied Hair, The Curly Girls Obsessions, plus I have a YouTube channel, and I have a LinkedIn that I've now started engaging on. It can be done. If I have time for all of these, you have time for one. Honestly, you do. No excuses. You want to show in the Instagram stories your personality. Like I discussed before, that's where I post consistent like morning routines. Like, what am I doing while I'm drinking my coffee? What animal is sitting outside with me? What's something that I like that I post consistently to keep them coming back for more? Okay, so social media isn't just about getting new clients. It's about future-proofing your business, building relationships, and creating opportunities. Could that not be more true? It's 100% true. That is what social media is for. So in the sense of not getting new clients, it's keeping your current clients engaged. And by the way, an old client that left that watches you on social media can become re-engaged in you again and come back for more. You could get that person back in your chair just by showcasing your personality on social media. It's happened to me so many times, and I always welcome them back with open arms because I understand, like, sometimes they just need to try something else to realize that the gold was within me. They tried something new and it failed them, and they want to come back and they want to sit in my chair. Well, because I post on social media all the time, they think that they're my friend and they're willing to come back. That is the craziest thing about social media. If this has ever happened to you, tell me in the comments. But like, you follow someone on social media so much so that you feel like you're a big part of their life because you know what is going on, you know, and you're anticipating what they're going to post next. That keeps you coming back for more. That's the beauty of it. It draws them into you way more than you could have ever thought possible. If you've been avoiding social media, I challenge you to post consistently for 30 days and see what happens. I'm going to guarantee that you're probably going to be surprised by the results. You're going to be surprised by what you come to the table with, what you have to deliver. You're going to be surprised with the engagement you get if you start engaging with others and being social on social media. I'm telling you, it's not your enemy, and it could be your best friend, and it could be your biggest money maker ever if you just let it try. All right, now, so if you benefited from this and you know of another hairstylist who needs to hear this, please share it with them. Also, if you don't already subscribe, hit the subscribe button because it helps us grow, and you'll get notified of new episodes of the Curly Girls Obsessions when they drop. And I'm always here giving you good tips on how to grow your business, be it as a hairstylist or a plumber. Everything that I told you in this episode applies. You just got to start recording yourself and showing what you do, because you will be surprised at the benefit that it brings back to you. I promise. See you later.